Welcome to NFL SnapWire. Let's get into it. The Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers didn't waste any time reigniting the NFL's oldest rivalry. Opening day of the playoffs. Single elimination. Everything on the line. Rookie quarterback Caleb Williams on one side. Playoff-tested Jordan Love on the other. On paper, this was supposed to be Green Bay's moment. Instead, it turned into chaos. For the second time this season, the Packers jumped out to a commanding lead. They controlled the tempo. They looked composed. They looked experienced. And for most of the night, it felt like Chicago was just trying to survive. Then everything flipped. Again. Late in the game, Caleb Williams did what he's quietly been doing all year. He refused to panic. The Bears surged. The Packers stalled. And somehow, in a stadium that had seen this exact script before, Chicago walked away alive. The final score said Bears win. But according to two NFC North veterans, that headline tells the story completely wrong. On a clip from the St. Brown podcast that went viral on social media, Amon-Ra and Equanimeous didn't mince words. They didn't break down X's and O's. They didn't talk about momentum or playoff magic. They talked about mistakes. In their eyes, Green Bay didn't lose because Caleb Williams was unstoppable. They lost because they unraveled. Missed opportunities. Poor execution. A team that had control and let it slip twice in the same season. And honestly, a lot of fans quietly agree. This wasn't a shock result. Anyone who watched the regular season matchup saw the same pattern. Green Bay dominates early. Chicago hangs around. Williams stays calm. And when the pressure hits its peak, the Packers blink. That's not luck. That's not magic. That's a team that hasn't learned how to finish. Still, dismissing Caleb Williams entirely would be a mistake, and a dangerous one. Because while Jordan Love has playoff experience, this was Williams' first postseason game. First start. First elimination environment. First time carrying the weight of a franchise that's been searching for a quarterback for decades. And he didn't fold. He didn't throw the game away. He didn't force hero plays. He trusted the process, trusted his coaching, and capitalized when Green Bay handed him the door. That's not accidental. What makes this even more fascinating is what comes next. With the Packers out, Williams now gets a much different challenge: Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. A Super Bowl-winning quarterback. A proven playoff team. A coaching staff that's seen every possible postseason situation. This won't be familiarity. This won't be a division rival he's already solved twice. This will be a real measuring stick. The game will be played in Chicago, giving Williams a massive advantage: home crowd, familiar conditions, and confidence riding high. A win would put him at 2-0 to start his playoff career and send the Bears to the NFC Championship game. Let that sink in. A rookie quarterback. NFC title game. In year one. But a loss? A loss changes everything. Because the narrative flips instantly. Critics would argue that Williams benefited from knowing Green Bay too well. That the Packers' collapse masked rookie nerves. That facing a new opponent, one with real postseason scars, exposes him as human. And that's the reality of the NFL playoffs. Every win builds belief. Every loss builds doubt. There's also a deeper layer here. Earlier in his career, Caleb Williams faced heavy criticism, some of it bizarre, some of it personal. One prominent voice even labeled him too feminine, questioning his leadership and toughness. Fast forward to now, and the same critics are scrambling to rewrite the story. Suddenly, Williams is being praised for his calm. His edge. His composure. His macho presence under pressure. Funny how winning does that. But here's the truth: whether the Bears won it or the Packers lost it doesn't actually matter anymore. The Packers are going home. Caleb Williams is still playing. And this weekend, he gets the chance to prove that this wasn't about Green Bay mistakes, it was about his arrival. If he beats Stafford, the conversation changes permanently. If he loses, the questions get louder. Either way, the league is watching. Because rookie quarterbacks aren't supposed to look this comfortable in January. And that's why this next game might define Caleb Williams far more than the wild card win ever could. Thanks for watching NFL SnapWire. If you want the real stories behind the headlines, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay locked in, because the playoffs are just getting started.